There are some popular authors on my shelves, who would have thought? Greetings, my name is Nina, welcome back to my channel. So a few weeks ago I have decided to make a Google Sheets file where I list every book that I own, including those who were at home at the time, before I gave them away to the library, and after I gave them to the library, I deleted those books from the list. I have written down every book that I own. Oh, just look how cute this case really is. And so I have 296 books. So I'm filming this on May 6, 2025, so these are the books that I own at the moment. So I listed the books down, and then I decided to sort them in the sheets by the author, and then I discovered my 5 most well-read authors. Just forget Spotify Wrapped, well, for a while at least. Let's talk about my top 5 authors. Yeah, there are 5 the most popular authors here, as I found out. So at the bottom I have George R.R. Martin. I have 10 books of his. So the entire A Song of Ice and Fire series, first book of the same series in English, Fairy Dream in both English and Russian, and Tough Voyaging. The 5th book, A Dance with Dragons, in Russian is split into 2 parts, so I only counted physical copies, and so there are 6 A Song of Ice and Fire books in Russian. Still waiting for The Winds of Winter. So I became obsessed with the series in 2014, and so it has been 11 years. 11 years for me. Yeah, it's less for me than for the OG A Song of Ice and Fire fans, but it's still a lot. I want The Winds of Winter. I do not care at this point about the translation anymore. I'm definitely going to read it in the original language. Give me The Winds of Winter, please! Okay, I know a lot of fans want the book. Let's not rush the author. It was just me reflecting. Okay, so the next popular author on my shelf is Brandon Sanderson. So I have the first 4 Stormlight Archive books. Books 3 and 4 are split into 2 parts in Russian, and then I have all 3 Mistborn books. I have Elantris. Yeah, this is the only book in English. I also have Elantris in Russian on Kindle, but that doesn't count. Only the physical copies matter here. And recently I got The Rhythmatist. This is the book. This is that Brandon Sanderson book I really want to read. And this number is definitely going to go up pretty soon. Well, first of all, I really want to replace my first Mistborn book. I have a paperback, and the rest of the books that I have by Sanderson in Russian are hardcover, so I need to replace The Final Empire and get myself a hardcover, and then I want to get other books of Sanderson. So Brandon Sanderson was author number 4, and then let's go to the author number 3, and these are the books that I've had since childhood, since 2005 or 6. I really loved these authors' novels back then, and I still keep the books. The author I'm talking about is Jacqueline Wilson. Yeah, I read a lot of her books back in the day, and I would have had more if I didn't lend a few books to other people. So I had The Illustrated Mom, the very first Jacqueline Wilson book that I read, and then I really loved. I remember loving Lola Rose. I lent that one out too, never got it back. Yeah, the strongest novels were switched away from me, and the books that I have are the first 2 Tracy Beaker novels in 1 volume. What else? Midnight, Bad Girls, and Secrets. Oh, the Girls series, the first 4 girls books. The Diamond Girls, Best Friends, Double Act, and my least favorite book. Honestly, I wouldn't have minded if that book got lost. But unfortunately, it were The Illustrated Mom and Lola Rose that got lost, but not this one, Vicky Angel. Never liked that one that much, and this is the only Jacqueline Wilson book that is in a good condition. Yeah, because I did not read it enough. I didn't like it. It's probably the most disturbing novel she has ever written, or at least it must be the most disturbing novel of hers that I have read. Yeah, Midnight, Bad Girls' Secrets, The Diamond Girls, and Simply Girls series, Best Friends, a Double Act, you name it. So I am quite protective of them. When I moved to Tbilisi from Moscow, a lot of stuff that I left there was lost. And the Jacqueline Wilson books were one of the few books that, like I like to say, survived Moscow because I brought them with me, and this is sort of a heirloom. And then comes the second author. However, there needs to be a quick note. This author is technically on the screenshot is number 1. I have more books than 19, but I will explain it later. The author number 2 in this list is J.R.R. Tolkien. I have 19 of his books. So, Lord of the Rings is the only book that I have in 3 editions. I have one big volume that I bought last year, my old editions, and the English version. So I have The Hobbit in both English and Russian, and I also have The Silmarillion, Smith of Wootton Major, and then you go Beren and Luthien, Children of Húrin, The Fall of Gondolin, on Fairy Stories, The Fall of Arthur. Recently I got myself The Story of Kullervo, Unfinished Tales of Numenor and Middle-earth, and Letters of Tolkien. I definitely collect Tolkien's novels. I really want to collect everything he wrote in English, and I want proper editions, so I have Letters of Tolkien and Unfinished Tales of Numenor and Middle-earth, and I want to replace them because Unfinished Tales is way too small, and the Letters of Tolkien feels quite cheap. It's a quite cheap edition, and I found out that in 2023 they reissued this book. They released the full version, and I wanted that one. Yeah, I'm collecting Tolkien. Gonna buy more books of his in the future. And then comes the number 1 author. In the list he's number 2, and I'm going to explain why. The most popular author on my shelves is Stephen King. So in this screenshot I have 18 books of his. However, that's not entirely the case. I actually, at the moment of filming, I have 20 of his books. The reason why on the screenshot it says 18 instead of 20, it's because 2 of his books were co-written, and I pointed that out. One co-written book is The Talisman that he co-wrote with Peter Straub, and the second one is Sleeping Beauties that he co-wrote with Owen King, his own son. I've read both of these. And actually, before filming this video, I ordered 2 of his books. I ordered The Tommyknockers, and I ordered the hardcover of The Talisman. So I'm definitely going to get rid of the paperback version of The Talisman because I'm getting a hardcover. Am I going to buy more King in the future? Of course, definitely going to buy more of his novels. Cannot wait to have The Tommyknockers. Really want to read that one. I actually got rid of some King's books in the past. I got rid of 11/22/63 in English because I bought the Russian version, and I got rid of Cujo because I did not like it. One of the few King's books I didn't like, and I also got rid of the entire The Dark Tower series. But if I find a proper edition, I'm willing to give The Dark Tower another chance. Maybe I should get a Kindle version. So the books by Stephen King that have Lizzie's Story, Carrie, The Shining in English and Russian, Misery, Different Seasons, Needful Things, The Long Walk, The Talisman, Sleeping Beauties, Dreamcatcher, From a Buick 8, Joyland, Dead Zone, etc. I think I should film a new version of my Stephen King collection, but I should have enough of his books to film that. And so let's focus on authors number 1 and 2. And so Stephen King and J.R.R. Tolkien are the most popular authors on my shelves. Recently I wrote in my journal, hot people read Stephen King and J.R.R. Tolkien. Well, this was some kind of a joke, but Stephen King and J.R.R. Tolkien are pretty cool, and if you have them on your shelves, you're wholesome, I guess. And then I remembered that early in their career, Blind Guardian based a lot of songs on Tolkien's and King's books, and when I think of that, this makes me like them even more. And so these are the most popular authors on my shelves. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Who are the most popular authors on your shelves? Whose books you own most of all? Let me know down in the comments. See you next time. Goodbye.